There's a saying, if you can, you should. You're an individual who has walked into a culture that is not his own and transformed it. So Chris, how does an African-American, 6'10", former NBA basketball player walk into a Native American tribe and build an enterprise?
I started Heady more than 7 years ago because I saw the need. Heady stands for Helping Everyday Youth. I saw drugs, alcohol, kids not getting educated. So I was approached and asked to try to come help solve some of these issues. So I got in there and I saw more problems that needed to be addressed. I pulled resources, asked questions. I don't have the answers to, but I found people who did. And that's how a school would turn into a high school, and a high school would turn into a hospital. And a hospital will become a world-class wellness center. These are all the things that we're working towards, and Heady works. We significantly dropped the alcohol and suicide rate in Arizona Tribal Nation, and of course now there's COVID. So more things to fix, more people to save.
Well, I heard you mention once that you would love to open more medical facilities. What are you thinking about that now?
We don't want to stop with just one or two. We want to take this to all people, nationwide, global even, We know it's going to take smart people and better resources, time and dedication, but if a little country old boy like me can play ball, can do it, I mean, everyone can. But Lou, you shared with me some stuff about COVID and the vaccines that are coming out. And I gotta say, I'm concerned a little bit, but they aren't even designed for us. People of color, Latin Americans, Native Americans, just tell me more about that.
Sure. Well, every drug we take gets metabolized or broken down in our bodies differently. So you might metabolize it different than I would. A woman might metabolize it different than a man. So it's important to have representation in a clinical trial for a given group of people. For COVID in particular, remdesivir trials are the only really well-done trials that have been done that the FDA has authorized so that the drug can be used in people who have severe COVID illness. Now, unfortunately, Native Americans, African Americans, Hispanics are dying at a rate that's 2 to 3 times higher than the Caucasian population, yet their representation in these clinical trials is only 20%, 25%, 15%. For Native Americans, it's a woeful less than 1% of the people in these trials are Native Americans. So the remdesivir results, while they were positive, were modest. You get out of the hospital maybe 2 or 3 days ahead of time. But do those results, does that drug apply to people who really weren't studied in that clinical trial? That's the issue.
That's why I want to bring clinical trials to everyone. For instance, I have a campaign for the Native American tribes, and I got to get it out there quickly because they're dying in record numbers and suffering.
Well, what do you think you need, Chris, to have your vision materialize?
I need everyone to support me. I need to get the message out there, and I need everyone to opt in. The name of my campaign is All In as One. It's what I believe.
Thanks, Chris, for being one of those people who proves without a shadow of a doubt, if you can, you should.
Thanks, Lou. I'm hoping to add even more chairs at my table.